Okay, fifth root major scale. Starting on our fifth string, we're going to go ahead and I'm just going to do the patterns to kind of show you that, because again, the notes are going to be relative to wherever your starting point happens to be. Again, we'll start on the third fret on the fifth string. The third fret seems to be the easiest starting point. It gives us enough room to kind of move around. Also helps you visualize relatively easily. So in this case, we're going to go with starting on our third fret fifth string. Again, that is the C in this case. We're going to go with a 2-4, and then 1-2-4, and a 1-3-4. So 2-4, 1-2-4, 1-3-4. Now we're going to jump up a half a step as we move on to the second string, and we will 1-3-4. Now this one gets a little more complicated as we get to the end here. We're going to go 1, and then we're going to have to go a whole step with our second finger. Instead of going the half step we're used to, we got to stretch it a little bit. So to the whole step, and then the whole step again with our pinky, and then we get to slide the whole thing to get back to our starting note of the C, which is all right there. So 2-4, 1-2-4, 1-3-4, jump up that half a step, 1-3-4, and now our big reach is 1-1-2-4, slide with our fourth. And that is our major scale starting on the fifth string. Now, if we want to take a look at the minor scale on the fifth string, let me get over to that right there. Again, we're going to have a little bit of reaching and sliding, but it's going to be a lot of fun, because that's how we do things around here, is we have fun when we play our guitar. So starting on the third fret with the minor scale, again, we're going to be flattening that third, flattening that sixth. That same theory comes into play as we did here on the sixth root. We're going to do the same thing on the fifth root. So in this case, instead of starting with a 2-4 pattern like we did on the major scale, we're going to start with a 1-3-4. So we're going to be able to reach that flattened note a little bit easier versus having to jump all the way over here for that one. So minor scale, 1-3-4, 1-3-4, 1-3. Pretty simple and straightforward to start it up. Now we'll jump down to our second string. This time we don't have to jump any steps. We don't have to go any frets because of that flattened capabilities of the the third and the sixth that we talked about earlier. So we will now start the pattern of 1-2-4, 1-2-4, and then we got to get back to that C, which in this case is a whole step. So we will slide it back to there. So the whole scale going together goes 1-3-4, 1-3-4, 1-3, 1-2-4, 1-2-4, 4. And we end up back in that C position, which is this one there and that one there. So it's all that same starting note that we or same ending note that we started with. So that's where we're always trying to get back to. It's a big circular thing whenever these scales are involved. So last time through the natural minor scale, so you can hear that on the fifth string starting point. Here we go. 1, 3. And there's your scale there. Okay. Finally, the chords. Now again, there's just basically two basic shapes for the bar chords, starting with the fifth string. So as we started on the sixth string, we're going to bar all 6 of those. When we start on the fifth string, well, guess what? We're going to bar all 5 of those down there. For some added bass and some extra flavor, you can always still bar all 6 of them. Just you got to remember to start the rest of your pattern on the fourth string like you normally would. But again, we can talk about that in further upcoming lessons. So your shape is generally, we're going to, for the major, we're going to bar that whole thing with our first finger, and then we're going to use our ring finger, and we're going to bar 2, 3, and 4. So we basically put a note on with 1, and we have barred 2, 3, and 4. And we play them all together, and there's your fifth root major chord. Now you've listened to this one, And then if we wanted to, we could play the 6th root C major chord. This is C major. We come up here, we play that other pattern starting with the 6th string. The only thing that's missing is this note there, because you're muting it with this here. But other than that, you've got all the same notes right there, and it's a very simple and easy way to play it, because you can just bar one finger and bar another finger, and you've got them all right there for you. Now in the minor chord pattern, instead of barring these three, you're going to flatten this particular note. Well, in order to do that, you need to add your middle finger back to the mix. So we're going to bar our first finger all the way across. Middle finger is on the next fret to it, in this case the 4th fret of the 2nd string, and then we're going to put our 3rd and 4th fingers on the 5th fret of the 3rd and 4th strings. So this will then be a C minor. So we've here for major and there for minor. Major, and minor. And you can play that all the way up and down, anywhere starting on the 5th string, anywhere on your note. So an open A, an A chord would be this note with these 3 barred. 2, 3. There you go. So there's your A major chord. Here's your A minor chord. A major, A minor. Again, the dramatic change by flattening that one note. And we could just move that shape up and down wherever you'd like to. So E major, E minor, F major, F minor, B minor to B major. So there are a lot of different options from there. And now we have our basic bar chords all the way up and down the neck, starting with our 6th string and with our 5th string. We're almost there to writing songs. You can stop now, because now I've reached everything I needed to reach.
Okay.
Hooray for our side.
Hooray.